Yo, what up? You now tuned into the Delete King podcast, back with another one. How y'all doing today?
I'm cool. I'm here.
Yeah,
Happy to be here.
for sure. I'm gonna
Yeah,
need that energy today. You know what I mean? So,
definitely.
what about you, man? How's everything going? Honestly,
I'm stressed the fuck out.
Want to talk about it?
I'm stressed.
man. So long story short, you know what I'll say. Every day, man, every day that you wake up, like somebody told me, it's just another day. Like it's a reset button when it comes to just life in general. So that's what we're going to get into today. We're just going to keep it real. We're just going to keep it real on the podcast today. Talk about what we going through because we go through the same thing that everybody else goes through and having to deal with tough situations, right?
How do
So
you deal with it though?
man,
That's what
you got
I
you
wanna
gotta. I think it all starts with what do you want, right? Because a lot of people
know.
pile
Okay.
on some unnecessary stress.
Uh,
So I'm
if
gonna break it all down. So that's what we about to get into. By the way, I go by the name Delete King 850, and let the people know who y'all are, how they can follow you real quick.
you can follow me at Empress Bay 850 on Instagram.
And you can follow me everywhere. CBO Films, baby.
All right, cool. This ain't the outro or nothing, but we just let y'all know. All right, anyways, who y'all tuned into. At the end of the day, so let's see. I mean, you got here a little bit late. So let's see. How did your day go? Your day didn't go as planned? Like, what's up?
My day never goes as planned. I try not to even plan anything because, yeah, pretty much it's no planning. Either I'm gonna be held accountable for being on time for something else that's planned, versus something that came up. So it's like it's impossible, and that stresses me out. I'm the kind of person that I want to be on time. I want to do things the right way. I want to do my due diligence and make sure that I am there and, just present in all of the projects that I'm doing. So for me to plan my day, no, it's not going to happen. Problems happen every day with property management. So, yeah. I had a leak in the wall, say for instance, and I had no idea that that could happen, right? We had the furnace, the HVAC, we had the filters changed and all of that, the annual maintenance done. In the midst of that, they blew a fitting in the wall, which caused the leak to happen in the tenant below. So it's like, how can I plan for that?
Right.
Right?
Got a plan for the
And then on
unexpected.
top of that, me being a female, just going through that experience, I have contractors that try to just go out there and tell me what it is and charge me more. Versus when I'm there, I'm like, I'll Google stuff like, well, this part only costs this much. So why does this cost this much? So I like to be there. I like to be involved. I like to see those kind of things happen. So I'm very attentive when it comes to that. So I don't plan my day unless it's a vacation.
Well, you're gonna plan a vacation.
Yeah,
To the
I can plan a
T.
vacation.
You probably gotta
And
be a
then
travel
it's
agent for me,
non-negotiable. Everything is non-negotiable. Figure it
You
out.
got your whole itinerary. We gonna do this, the tour, and all right, that's good to plan a vacation. I need a vacation my damn self. Like, I just need a break. It's just like nonstop running. There's always a million things to do, right? But
Yeah.
how about you, CVO? What's like on your mind? What's do you plan anything, or does anything ever go right? When does thing go right? Like, what's up with you, man?
Let me see. As far as do things go right? I mean, yes and no. I kind of think only time will tell with that situation. Kind of happens. If things are going right or not. It kind of like it's just the delay of the moment. You feel me? So I feel with me, it kind of like it's like a 50-50. It's a flip of a coin. Like I could be having a crazy day, stressful day. I could be booked 100% of the whole day, or I could be sitting at home editing. Usually, if I end up not doing something, I try to do something at home, edit, get on my computer, research some shit, do whatever is need be. But it kind of be really all over the place. Like I'll get a call, hey, let's shoot right now. I got this. Like, oh, well, I gotta go. I'm gonna go do that now. And then oh, someone else called me, hey, pull up, I got someone at the studio or this, that, and the third. I'm like, oh, go. I got to go to that one now. And then it's 3 a.m, about to go home. Oh, I got this person pulling up the door, this producer pulling up the studio. I need, you know what I'm saying? Ooh, up, turn back around. I'm going to go that way
That
now.
rock
Yeah.
star lifestyle.
You know?
It even depends on what we talking about when we talking about planning your day. Because if we talking about natural habits every day, I have to do this, I have to do that. Meditation, like some things are non-negotiable. I have to do those things, right?
See, that's what I was talking to CVO earlier about. It's like, I'm like, all right, cool. So what's actually stressing you out? And like, it all boils down to time management.
Yeah.
And like, at a certain point, like, everything you got going on is eventually going to feel like a tangled web. Like, even this morning, I was just feeling like, wow. Like, I was just thinking about every decision I've made in my life, all the people that need my time and attention and answers and responses and my service or whatever it is, right? And I was just thinking, like, how did I even get here? I was thinking, how did I even get right here? And I just want a big reset button. I just want to, sometimes it's very, like you feel defeated. You just feel like giving up. Like, you're just like, man, I just say, fuck it all, man, at the end of the day. So what I was telling him, I was just listening. I was like, okay, what's going on with you? Because you never want to just assume, like, you don't want to make assumptions, right? You just sort of got to ask. Like, if the vibe is off, it's like, something's going on.
Energy
right?
is real. That's like my biggest thing.
Right,
For sure.
right, exactly. So it's like, all right, cool. So it's either something's up, right? Some people are more introverted than others, or like, don't just assume, like, that's a deadly thing. So if they're not going to say it, do you have permission to ask them about it, depending on your relationship? And are they going to be open about it, or are they just something they want to deal with on their own, right? So people have their own version of dealing with whatever they deal with on a daily basis, weekly basis, whatever, how they deal with stress. Some people smoke, some people drink, some people, they just have sex nonstop. Some people just go out to the club or just ignore their problems or spend money they don't have, right? At the end of the day, but does that really solve a problem?
That's not really dealing with it.
That's not really dealing with it.
Not dealing. Right?
So to get down to the bottom of it, like, when I was asking him what's up with you, not like I have all the answers, but what I can only say what works for me, which is we're all trying to figure things out at the end of the day. But what I would say, I was like, all right, let's break it down. So I'm going to take it all the way back. I ask a simple question. If tomorrow was the best day of your life, what does that look like? So I already asked him, and he'll repeat it on the podcast, but I want to ask you to literally describe, if tomorrow is the best day of your life, from the morning you wake up till whenever you decide to go to sleep, because you're having so much fun, what does that look like, and what are you doing exactly?
Interesting. Okay. Well, just to sum up me as a person, I guess that's what we're getting into. I pretty much, materialistic things don't really excite me. So I'm all about just making sure I feel happy, right? And everybody around me in my circle is happy. So waking up every day knowing that everybody around me is passionately happy to just be, and knowing that I created that would be a joyful experience for me. Waking up every day knowing that I created a system that, even if you are a worker or if you are an entrepreneur, I created that system for you to be able to flourish. Waking up every day doing something like that that'll make me happy.
You get joy out of the people that's close to you being happy?
I do. so much joy. And then the people, if they're not happy, it affects me because I consider myself as an empath. So anywhere I go, I feel what's going on. Even if, even if it's in my head, like it's something not right, right? So it's a lot of people around me not happy. So that affects me. So if I'm able to create a system, and then I say a system to say that because even the people that I work around now, they enjoy working with me. And even when problems come about, I see that I create the solution to be less stressful than what it is. So just, being that person that created that system for them would make me happy. Because they could wake up every day being happy too, not feeling like it's a job or it's a priority. Like, okay, whatever problems might come about through the day, I'm on this team, so I know that it's gonna be, doable.
Got it. I want to break it down a little bit more where I want you to be a little bit more selfish.
Okay.
Because we're describing your
I'm
day.
selfless. I am selfless.
We're describing your day. This is the last day of your life, and you have to live it to the fullest capability. But no matter what you do, you're going to win. So there's like no restrictions on how you want your day to go.
I'll travel. I'll create content just to share things that I know people can, benefit from. I'll do that every day. It's just doing nothing, just enjoying life. Okay, yeah. I have to do something that people benefit from. That makes me happy.
Interesting. Okay.
That fuels my energy. If I'm not being productive or creative, I feel like a bum. Or I'm not doing it.
So let's say, tomorrow, you wake up, you get through your morning routine, right?
Right.
And then you meditate, you have some breakfast with your family, and then your whole family, they ain't stressed about nothing. Maybe you just create a system
good, I'm good.
Where the money just flowing, they not even checking their bank accounts, and then it's like
they thinking about good. What they can create next.
Right. They're just enthusiastic about life.
Yes.
And then how do you spend your day though? Like you said you would be creating content, so maybe you would make
I'll make meditation videos. That's one of the things
that's
I would like to do.
That's how you would spend your time freely.
Yeah, traveling. I'll travel, but it's like I'm constantly thinking about a legacy. Like I'm thinking about how can I build a legacy. I'll record meditation videos. I'll write, journal. Like it's something for me. I'll look into crystals, learn about crystals more because I'm big on energy. So my day will consist of just building it, just building. I just feel like every day is about building that inner compass, making it stronger to guide you throughout life. So if I'm not doing anything else, work productive, I am working on me, and that's what I enjoy doing.
I like that.
I can travel. I could go shopping if I wanted or whatever. Like that's not what I would choose to do though. I'll be by the water meditating. Like it's just those kind of things enlightens me, and I like to be enlightened.
That's dope.
So
that's a perfect day. I like that answer.
That's a perfect day for me.
Mm-hmm.
How can
what has to happen to get you to experience that on a daily basis? And I'm asking that in a literal sense. Everybody can assume it would be more financial freedom. Everybody can simply assume, right? So obviously you just described a day in the life of your best life, right? So it's like, then we got to think about what is stopping you from doing that.
Okay, I have 9
without
to 5,
getting to, this is going online. So whatever you would allow the people to know, like what is stopping you from doing that?
I have to get up and, spend 8 hours at an establishment that's going to require me to do things that they want done versus what I want to do. That's what's stopping me. If I can buy time, then I can do what I want to do. But
Okay, so pause there. All right, cool. So,
not saying that I don't appreciate the establishment, but it's just like
no, okay, so how do we
when
get,
I'm
so let's say your establishment is point A, where you want to be in control of your time.
yeah.
So you disconnect the need to be there for 8 hours,
Mm-hmm.
right? Your game plan to do that, what would you do? You have one? Period.
To get out of the 9 to 5,
Yeah.
basically.
Did you ever write down like a clear path? Let's say
a vision board
because
or
it's like,
something?
okay, you working 8 hours a day, maybe 40 hours a week, and then
Okay.
$2,000 2,000 hours a year, whatever, however many hours it actually is, right?
Yeah.
To what end, right? You're doing that
Mhm.
for a reason. There's a
Right.
specific amount salary,
Okay.
whatever you get, right?
Correct.
But okay, you already are aware of how much you make at that job.
Yeah.
But what specific dollar amount would it take to get to destination B, where you're in complete control of your time, everything? Like you're literally doing exactly what you want to do every single day. Like, do you have a number?
Ty, no, I don't have a number.
Okay.
Okay, I just say I need a system.
You need a system, or you have a system?
I have to create a system for that. I don't think I could say, or I need this amount of money in order to do X, Y, and Z. Because like I said, you can't plan anything. You never know what comes up, right? I just need a flourishing system. I have to create a flourishing system to where as though I don't have to think about a number, because I'm not a numbers person, right? Okay.
That's fair. That is fair.
Okay, so if you're asking me, do I have a plan in the midst of getting up every day, going to a 9 to 5? Yes, I do.
Mm-hmm.
I have an agenda. My end all be all is not just get up every day and keep doing this. No, it's not, if that's what you're asking me.
I'm more so asking because when we're so busy and overloaded, like so it's like called a 6 to 9 entrepreneur. After your 9 to 5,
Right.
you got the 6
Exactly.
to everything you do right before you just pass out from exhaustion.
Yeah.
Right? So the main question is like, we describe point A as where you are and point B as your best life every day of your life.
Okay.
You're waking up so excited to live on your own terms entirely. So I guess my point is like, do you see that happening 3 months from now, 6 months from now, 1 year from now, or at all? Or is it just so far-fetched?
I don't think it's far-fetched, because I feel like even though I'm still sacrificing, I'm making sacrifices to get to that point. You know, I'm not just going to work and then going home and say, oh, I'm tired, I don't want to do nothing else. Like, I'm still going to work and putting in hours for myself as well. And that's kind of my plan, to invest in myself, make sacrifices, and eventually branch off from a 9 to 5. But of course, a 9 to 5 pays the bills, you know, have rent, have light bills, all of that stuff. So that's just to keep that going. But I'm willing to make sacrifices, and that's my plan, to make sacrifices to get that system created.
Perfect. So one thing, we're going to move on to CVO, but one thing I took note of is saying that you need to create a system. And the other thing I took note of is you're not really a numbers person.
Because it's just hard. Numbers change all the time. I just know that.
Well, when I speak numbers, I'll tell you why I brought up numbers in the first place. And it has to do with just having a scoreboard.
Okay.
Because let's say you're going somewhere right now, literally right now, like somewhere in the city. Like I say, hey, need you to meet somebody at that spot, right?
Okay.
There's a property.
Yeah.
Tell me what's the very, very first thing you would do. Like literally, if you got a text message or somebody say, hey, we need you to be here as soon as you can possibly get there. Because your destination B, that's as soon as you can possibly get there, you would get there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So tell me what's what's the very first thing you would do the moment you get notified you got somewhere to be? What's the first thing you would do?
I'll see how far it is from me.
How?
What do you mean?
Literally.
I'll see if I can make it or not. I mean, realistically,
So
I'll
what
see.
would you do to find out?
GPS it.
You would GPS it? So
To
you
see
would
if it's
grab your
close to
phone?
me.
Wait. You would grab your phone?
My phone is already in my hand because
Oh,
someone
okay.
texted me and said,
And
I
then
need you to be
what would you do?
somewhere.
What would you do?
So I'll ask them.
You would put it in the GPS?
Yeah,
You would literally type what?
the address.
Which starts with what?
Wherever they
A
need
number.
me to be. A number.
A number.
It does. It starts with a number.
It starts with a number.
But
so it's
the
like,
thing is, I done gained it all and lost it all just as fast. So when we speak of numbers, it's like that's not longevity to me.
no.
System
So yeah, we gonna
that's
get there.
flourishing is longevity to
the
me.
point I'm making is,
Yeah,
the point
I
I'm
got
making
you,
is
though.
you got a destination.
You're right.
You got a destination. So the address.
Yeah.
They gave you the address. So my question for the last 5 minutes is like, describe your perfect day in the life. You know, let's say that's another universe that you're living simultaneously. Like somebody's living your best life, like your destination you're trying to get to.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. There's an address. There's a literal address.
Okay.
Right? Let's say that building is just, got the address on it.
Okay.
Right?
$1 million.
No. We gonna break it down. We gonna break it down. No, that's too vague too. I'm gonna tell you why that's too vague, because a lot of people like.
Okay.
So it's just like you're clear on your destination.
Yeah.
Like you just visualized it. You're near the water.
Yes.
You're meditating, and anybody in your immediate circle, whether friends, family, whatever, they're not stressing because they're messing with your energy. So energy is just,
yes,
the vibrations is right. But you have a clear picture of your destination.
Okay.
All right, cool. That's it. That's one thing that, because you need to come up with the system, right, for getting to your destination. You have an idea of your destination, but my thing is, what is the clarity on the address, right? Because the same way you would drive somewhere that you got to get to as soon as possible, right? Like, that's why I kind of asked you, is it a 3-month thing, 6-month thing, 1 year thing? Based off of the address, right? So moving forward, I was chopping it up with CVO already, right? I asked him the same question, and when I ask questions, I actually listen, right? So I listen, pay attention. His answer kind of shocked me though, but it was cool. It was a cool answer. Most people will probably answer in a similar fashion, but shockingly, I was like, "Yo, describe the best day of your life." This guy said, "Working." I'm not judging, but I'm just like, that's interesting. Tells me where your head is at. That's some true entrepreneur right there, So I was like, cool. And I thought about, would I want to be working on the last day of my life? I didn't ask him the last day. I didn't say last day, but I did say the best day. Like, if tomorrow was the best day of your life, what would have to happen? What would that look like? Or, what would that look like, so we can try and break down how do we make that happen tomorrow as soon as possible, right? So, because the way I live my life is like, I have no choice but today to be the best day of my life. Tomorrow's literally not promised. And a lot of people, they don't take that quote seriously. They say they do, but they don't. They really don't. So once in a while, you gotta just step back, breathe in, breathe out, and be like, I could be dead tomorrow. So if today was the best. Well, how about tomorrow? If tomorrow was the best day of my life, what would I want to be doing? So let me not be long-winded with this, right? Let me just say, okay, like if you were to describe how you want to spend your time and what that looks like, right? So I'll go before I'm gonna ask you the question again, so you maybe have a little bit better perspective. And I think you mentioned that you'd be working, you would stay busy. Has a coping method for a peace of mind. Like, you would keep your mind occupied with productivity. Do I have that right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I'll briefly describe like what the best day of my life looks like. briefly, because I can repeat this so quick, like, because I've said it multiple times, word for word, in the past to other people, like the goal I'm trying to work towards, right? I wake up, you know, naturally without an alarm clock, but I wake up early enough in the morning. I get through my morning routine, do a little bit of meditation, right? And usually, when I do decide to open up my laptop, it's 2 hours of work. In a perfect world, I'd be saying in a perfect world, like in a perfect
Like
world,
where?
I'm just checking a few emails. I got some real estate deals coming in. I'm just, yes, no, maybe, write the offer. Got realtors just text me a bunch of real estate deals. Cool. Checking on and then switch over to check on Amazon sales. All right, cool. Click the button to fulfill a couple orders if I need to. Then within the same 3 hours, checking the VAs, check on the assistants, personal assistants, what we got going on, what do I need to know about, which client is asking about this. Then, like, this is all before noon. Do a couple consultation calls, sign up some people, get some business funding clients. Cool. I just, do some consultations, checking up on some people, making sure that they're doing what they need to do on their end to make sure we can get them qualified for some business funding and stuff like that. Cool. Just, a lot of productivity, but like maybe 3 hours of work or some, with the majority of being outsourced. So I'm really just checking in with the managers. And then maybe before I leave the house, I'm just checking in on the edits. I used to wake up to this too, like wake up to the revisions, like people editing for me. I get the notification, hey, we got the first draft done. I'm just, pick up my phone and just watch what they did. I'm like, okay, change this, and that. So, within those 3 hours of productivity working on my laptop, after my morning routine and meditation, then boom, I check on the edits and I tell them what I need fixed, fix that, this and that. At 15 seconds, it was like the slow motion wasn't slow enough, blah, blah, blah. Then it's fine, raise the volume, cut that out, it stuttered, blah, 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 boom. Then you know what I'm doing? I'm going to hop in my favorite car. I'm going to go for a joyride. Like, no destination whatsoever because, the weather would be nice, right? I'm going to just drive my car. Maybe I vlog. Maybe I got the camera in my hand. But I'll probably just be vlogging for at least like 30 minutes, 40 minutes total. Like, there's a couple YouTubers that I follow. I'll just drop some names. I think Josh Laurent or like CJ on 32s or CJ So Cool or like those people, their vlogs might be 40 minutes, 20 minutes, but within those vlogs are 3 clips that are 15 minutes long, nonstop. You're just vlogging the day. They're at the gas station with the Lambo, whatever. Like, so cool. I'll be making these 30-minute vlogs, but I'll really be focused on being the true car enthusiast that I am, just enjoying my car, go hang out with some females, just chilling. And then I'm just checking notifications throughout the day. Cool. Like, and then pull up with my other homies that got some nice cars. And then, my consultation's early in the morning, but then I'm outside just breathing fresh air and then maybe networking, towards the end of the night. Maybe I, get a little bit more work done. Maybe really network, go learn, go be in the same room with some people that are doing better than me, right? Or while I'm out joyriding my car, like go check on a property, like, oh, maybe go check on a new real estate investment that I want to make a build on. Like, so I can describe like what the perfect day in the life is for me. Maybe stop at the warehouse. Oh, maybe checking a couple cars, make sure, the rentals are going out smoothly, but problem solving 3 hours of the day, work, labor, 3 hours of the day, in a perfect world, managing in the mornings, because that's the most productive time of the day when you have your like, you wake up, you gotta just, and then, the lifestyle I do want ultimately does involve me going to the gym, whether that's, I like going to the gym at night when there's less people, right? So, little hour, 30-minute workout session, probably be best if I'm not by myself with my homie. You're working out, and then from working out and get sort of tired, and you just like crash, right? Maybe as a guilty pleasure, fall asleep to like something I'm binge watching. I don't really have Netflix right now because I'm so busy, but lay out with a female, just chill, end the night. So, with the way I answered the question, you know what I mean? How does that compare to how you answered? You answered pretty well because you was like you're by the beach, blah, blah, blah. So let me ask you now. If I ask that question again, would you have a different answer or be more descriptive, or you like? Can you imagine what the best day of your life looks like based on like my answer? Like, could you describe like how you would live your life on your own terms completely?
Yeah, I guess I could say. I don't know. I'm really big on what I said earlier, like a perfect day. Like I really see myself either working on like a big project with a big artist, something like, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, something like that, being on set, directing it, whatever that low, 5 hour shoot, 6 hour shoot, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Really in that zone, that's that. I feel like that's still a part of a perfect day, just wanting to do that because that's still like my passion, so it's like if I'm able to do that at the end of the day, then, after that, probably celebrate, everyone go out, you know what I'm saying? We chilling with the artists, everyone got nice cars, we at the club or we're at the penthouse, everyone having a good time, or on a yacht, you know what I'm saying? Just like everyone enjoying life, living life because we're free, like I definitely would like, to have properties and this, that, and the third to be able to, check throughout my day and make sure everything is running smooth and, hopefully a production company, I got videographers and different states shooting here, there, vlog here, wedding here, commercial there, music video there, like just everyone doing something, like a team that's really doing something, so I don't know, for me, a perfect day, I think, still has to involve some work for real, but like a little bit more labor. I like to be hands-on, I feel like if I'm not working, I'm not doing nothing at all, no matter if I'm having a good time, it is a perfect day, I'm financially free, I'm a billionaire, whatever it is. I feel like if I'm not doing something, I feel like I don't already failed my day.
Yeah, because I feel like we came here to create in general as human beings. So it's like even if I have an X, Y, and Z amount of number, I'm still thinking like, how can I give back? How can I create? How can I make a difference? So I wouldn't change my answer, actually.
I wasn't expecting y'all to change
my
your
answer a little bit, but
No, I think I wanted you to be more descriptive with your answer. And that's an excellent answer too, because when you say you would be working, maybe I oversimplified it, right? Because the vibe I'm getting is like you crave to be productive, not just busy.
Mm-hmm.
Busy is just overrated, but you crave to really be productive because that's when you're living your best life, when your creative juices are flowing, and then you get the opportunity to be your best self and create something that the world is about to see, and they're all gonna be amazed because it got this wow factor to it, right? So living your life on set, that's amazing. You know what I mean? That is really respectable at the end of the day. So I really do understand where you're coming from. Like you said, the best day of my life, it does involve working, but like not the entire day. It's like 16 hours that we're actually awake and enjoy our day. But even when I'm talking about being outside and just free and on my own terms, I'm gonna get some content. I'm naturally a content creator. But I think like I vlog me living my best life, monetize that joint. Ultimate goal, be a YouTuber. So I think we're in sync in the sense that we all want our immediate family to be stress-free, and we want that energy to be balanced. And we all feel we deserve to be, we're all creatives at the end of the day. We're creatives and we like to produce things. So let me not be just rambling, right? Let me get to the
my
point.
question is,
Right.
Is it hard to get there? And if so, why is it hard to get there?
What
Do
I
you
would
feel
say,
like it is? Or?
what I would just say is,
We make it hard. I don't know. Got a lot of questions.
So the point I was trying to make earlier, right? Literally, like, because you mentioned you want to build a system to get there. Did you mention that?
Yes, because the U.S. is based off of a system, so why I can't have a system?
Okay.
Is how I
in my
look at
head,
it.
like, because I'm not where I want to be right now, so I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I got the answers. Um, I'm not gonna act like I know. I hope it's apparent I'm not better than y'all. You know, so it's like I'm not gonna sit up here and say, "Hey, here's how you get it from point A to point B and be exactly where you want to be in life." And I think you guys understand that,
Yeah,
right?
I know.
All right, so to get to the point, what I'll just say is like one thing I do know is like you don't know your numbers, you can't grow your numbers. For a
So you
fact.
have to have a number.
You got to have numbers. You got to track everything. You got to have a scoreboard, period.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people watching this podcast, they're going to say, hey, that sounds familiar. Shout out to CEO Matty J. You can't grow your numbers if you don't know your numbers.
CBO, you have a number?
I got to be more specific. So I'm going to break it down, right?
Yeah.
So there's a few different important numbers in life, right? Obviously, I would just say the number that would be most important is the cost of what you want, everything that you want. So right now, I can pull out a spreadsheet. What you want. That's important.
I want a lot.
Exactly. I could literally pull out a spreadsheet right now.
But what if what you want is not what you need?
No. What you want, see, no.
I think he's asking, you know what I'm saying? It's more about what you want, not the need stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, because if you're getting what you want, then technically your needs are damn near taken care of.
Okay.
You feel me? Like, you got to think about it like that.
That makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? So put it in that perspective, like only once. I mean, if I put a number on the stuff that I want, it's well over probably 100 million, 200 million. You know what I'm saying? Probably even deeper than that, because like I don't want one crib, I want multiple cribs. I don't want one car, I want multiple cars. I don't want one camera, I want multiple cameras.
That's why it's so hard for me.
I want 5 warehouses, production warehouses. I want,
yeah,
a damn near submarine that can go to the damn Titanic for real. Like something, you know what I'm saying? I want to be able to, like, I want to be able to do so much, build in my community or anything like that, like there's a very big number that comes with that, and it's like, it's not achievable. Jeff Bezos sitting on something billion. Like think about it. I listened to something. It said you have to work. You would have to if you were alive, and you made like 4,000 or 8,000 every hour as you were alive, from when Jesus Christ was born, you still wouldn't have enough money than Jeff Bezos.
Crazy.
So it's like, holy shit. So think of one person has the power or the type of money to do something, to do whatever he wants. The man can go to the moon and back if he wanted to. He could damn near blow up the world if he really wanted to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's a dangerous situation, But he probably got a cat. He probably got a number. He's sitting on a number like he wants trillions or some shit, Like,
yeah.
So when I look at people like that and they have these type of numbers, these crazy numbers, they're entrepreneurs, they're music artists or athletes, and they got these crazy numbers. It's there. So why can't I have a crazy number? Why can't the next person have a crazy number? So that's why I feel like whatever my number is, it got a lot of 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s.
Yeah, so that's the point that I'm making, is it's like it starts with breaking it all the way down, like, and just working backwards. You start with what you want, because think about it. Whatever you need is necessary. You're already working on surviving. It's almost like you're treading water. Like whatever you need, you're getting, because you don't have a choice. You sort of need it. Okay. So at the end of the day, like, your needs, like you're aware that you have expenses, right? But you're on a survival mode, survival plane, right? And I another thing I typically tell a lot of people is, like, you can't be on the survival plane and the creative plane at the same time. Like literally, how you gonna be two places at once? They're two different planes going in sort of two different directions, right? So to get off of survival mode requires you to have some sort of comfortability in life. I wish I had better vocabulary, but just bear with me. So, we got to get you off survival mode. But how we get there, we need a destination. We have to be clear of that destination, right? So ultimately, like, you got to know what's it going to take to get off survival mode, right? To take care of your needs, and then you can actually get to the wants. Because if you're literally only focused on your needs, like, that train is not stopping anytime soon.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I know what it'll take, but it's like I know that it's not going to happen overnight at the same time.
What if it could? What if it could?
Okay.
I follow a lot of people.
Then it could.
And especially, I follow a lot of people like that do like Amazon FBA.
What do they say?
They post all these results like, yep, this is a 30-day client. Their store's already doing.
You have to have skin in the game, I guess.
You gotta have skin in the game. But yeah, you gotta have skin in the game. So like, what's that request? What's that? What does that investment look like? Type screen. What's that investment look like? Like numbers wise, right? Okay. If you know you're gonna need, like, if you know what it takes.
Okay, yeah, I know how much a month it will take for me to start doing what I want to do every day. If that's a start, then I have a number monthly what I would need to do.
Me too.
You do? You have a monthly number?
Yeah.
That would make you like stress free if that came in like clockwork?
Yeah.
Like a realistic number, or you're saying any number?
I'd say a realistic number.
Oh, yeah. Like coming in like clockwork, anywhere between 20 to 50,000 a month.
Right.
I was gonna say 20,000 a month.
Right. That's cool. All right, cool. So the point I was trying to make earlier, but I'm so damn long-winded, right?
That could never happen.
So
make it a perfect world, Ty.
So, like I said, right now, I could pull out a spreadsheet that has a list of every. I need some water, but damn. Right now, I can pull out a spreadsheet that has a list of every single thing that I want. So I can tell you how much everything on that list cost down to the penny. Right? And I would say, yeah, I want $100 million worth of things, whether material items or just things for family members, or part of what's on that list is education, mentors I want to pay for, courses, everything written down, right? But I did figure out like the numbers that were important to me. Like, so you're talking about starting with the end in mind, knowing what the end looks like, knowing what that dollar amount looks like, right? So I won't get too specific because, we're going to put this out, but I would just say, just round figures, like, let's say you have your immediate goals, because this thing is broken down. It's broken down into 3 months from now, I need this dollar amount. 1 year from now, I need this dollar amount. You know what I mean? So what I told you earlier, CV, I was like, one day I just like took an hour or two to write down everything I wanted, and I came up with a number. And then I assessed how my money was coming in at the time, and I was just like, I would have to do this 400 times to get to my number, right? And my goal is to reach this number in a year, and there's only 365 days in a year. So I was just like, well, I got to change something, right? I got to change something, whether it's clientele or a different stream of income, a different way of going about it. But at least that triggered me. Just writing that down alone, figuring out what my number was, like that really, and I started working backwards from there, right? So if it was real estate, all right, I gotta close 30 deals at this much per deal type of thing. Like I wrote down these different sets of goals to like switch things up. Like, all right, cool. In this industry, like, so you don't want to start trying to do multiple streams of income all at once because you could be a jack of all trades, master of none, right? You still want to focus on where your talents lie, but just go about it a different way. Obviously, you find a mentor that's already where you want to be and hitting those numbers, and you sort of just pay attention to what they're doing and figure out their strategy and formula and way about going about the same business that you're in. So this conversation is about getting from point A to point B, point B being living your best life, you're having your best day ever. And what I'm saying to y'all is basically knowing what you want without restrictions, without limiting beliefs, right? And then you brainstorming. So what I was telling CVO earlier, I'm like, you got a million things going on. There's people in your life that's stressing you out. Probably need to ghost them, but that's a personal opinion. Maybe it's addictive. Sometimes, whether it's...
Ghosting is not nice, highly not recommended, FYI.
Ghosting
Why?
isn't?
Because...
Oh, let's talk about it.
It's gonna, you have to deal with it eventually in
How?
your life.
Wait, hold on,
Later
hold on,
in your
hold on,
life,
no,
you're
no,
gonna
no,
have
no,
to
no,
deal
no,
with the
no,
situation if you
no,
just walked away.
No.
It's not
I
dealing
put this.
with it.
I can tell you right now. I cut someone off.
Okay.
Ghosted him. This was one of my best friends at the time.
Yeah.
Did everything for this guy. He needed money. Got him. Weed. Got him.
Okay.
Car. Got him.
Okay.
Job. Got him. Everything.
Yeah.
We fell out. Disrespecting me. Didn't want to own up to it. We kept getting into it. Disrespected me and my family. A whole bunch of extra shit. And I was like, bro, you cut.
Well, that's
whatever it
different
is.
than ghosting.
No, it was I just
You told
was saying it's
Yeah.
I'm for it's that. So he still, would reach out, reach out at different times. He would reach out to my OG trying to, get something or trying to reach out to me or a whole bunch of other stuff. So it's like I don't deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Just because of what that person did or whatever the case may be of them needing to be ghost,
Yeah.
it's over with. Once you get to that point, I just can't because you done proven enough that you don't need to be in my circle, and it's if it's gonna come back, I'm the one that's gonna shut it down. He can message me or try to see me. I'm not gonna stand there. I'm not gonna, goodbye, because
Yeah.
I know what I want and don't want, But I also feel like in certain situations it can be hard when you know what I'm saying, with a person. Like I said, that was my best friend, and I was able to cold turkey, gone, But then it could be a loved one or a family member or even a cousin or a relationship or, you know what I'm saying? It could be something else, and it could be just as bad, just as whatever, and it's you don't know what to do.
I would say this. When a man is on his journey, on his purpose, it's you almost got to be ruthless.
Unapologetic.
Yeah, to the point where it's just you got to assess the people in your life. People keep mentioning your top 5. Look at the people around you in your top 5. Right? Mm-hmm. Who are they? What are they doing with their life? So at the end of the day, seriously,
Yeah.
look at your top 5 in your Rolodex, your favorites in your iMessages, the ones you got pinned. Are they making deposits in your life or just withdrawals?
Yeah.
Really assess that.
That's different.
Yeah. That's what I mean by maybe not the whole.
Not like everybody. That's not you can't attach a family to that. I guess that's more.
I would attach family to that. I would say literally.
Wouldn't at the same time though. Hold on, I wouldn't at the same time because it's family is tricky. For my brother, I got a lot of brothers. You know what I'm saying? So with my brothers, I want to make sure they're straight. So sometimes it do be me putting money. You know what I'm saying? Withdrawals. They're not necessarily putting my money in my pocket, but I'm making sure they're straight. I'm the older brother, or I'm the one that's just doing well at the moment. So it's I got you. I want you to experience what I'm experiencing, or I want you to have fun. I don't want you to feel like oh, you lost, or you know what I'm saying, because you don't got it if I have it right now. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's one of this family is different, because I have had family members who would come to me and try to make withdrawals and then show me, I'm talking the utmost disrespect. They're, you know, not even trying to, you know, if they're talking about borrow, not trying to pay it back. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole bunch of different shit. So it's like, it literally, I feel like it depends on, you know, your person and how you choose, you know?
For me, it depends on the communication, because if this happened time and time again, and we had these conversations time and time again, and you still just disrespecting me at this point, then okay, yeah, I'll go I'll just ignore you.
So what I say to all of that, it don't matter if it's a friend, family, if you've known them since you were born, if they've known you a long time, this and that. How you gonna help people if you can't help yourself?
For sure, absolutely.
Literally. So it's to the point where even enabling people, right, by giving them, all right, cool, I got you. Look, borrowing money. You can't borrow money these days. You have to give it away. You have to know that money's not coming back.
Exactly.
It's not, especially friends and family. So one thing that I've learned, you know, like, no, there's no such thing as really like borrowing money on a personal level. It's just like, you get that joint out, cool. Mm-hmm. But are you about to burn that relationship if they don't pay it back? No. So it's like, you're not expecting it back, are you? So one thing, it don't matter who it is, whether you're blood related or just y'all had a good relationship, is like top five only until you are where you want to be, and you pick and choose who you want to help. So if they're like, you can have good intentions, a good heart, but like being charitable, that doesn't always mean you're helping.
Like that's just giving people,
and that's actually, you can actually be crippling somebody. You're gonna help somebody out that got a smoking addiction or a gambling addiction, or like, you don't know what they're doing, but like recently, I gave a huge chunk of money to somebody, and I watched how they spent it, and I didn't judge them for what they were doing because they were trying to invest, but I knew what they were investing wasn't gonna pan out because I just paid attention. But you got to give people permission to fail for their own. You can't criticize somebody when they're in the middle of, trying to invest and really trying to flip, trying to do something positive, right?
Yeah.
But cool, you gotta give some people some space to fail sometimes. But it's just like, all right, cool. So I know how I could have helped that person better if I didn't just hand them a bunch of chunk of money. So there's different ways to go about it. But the point I'm ultimately trying to make, right, when it comes to your top five, like, you really gotta assess that until you are in a position where you want to be. Your top five has an influence on you more than you know, right? So hopefully 3 out of those top 5 people are doing way better than you, right? But what I say on the earlier podcast, damn, I hate being the smartest person in the room. That is a scary sight because it's just like you would literally like lose your mind. Like you would question your own sanity. Like, am I crazy or are these people just slow? Like, what is going on? It's like, imagine you having that conversation with yourself every day because nobody in your circle is trying to elevate, or nobody in your circle is even on the same page remotely, or you're not even following the person that it is where you want to be. You're not even talking to that person on a daily basis. So it's like the people in your life, they matter. So it's like when it comes to ghosting people, cutting them off, it's like, it's really an easy decision. Yeah. It doesn't have to be permanent, but I mean, until they start making some deposits, what is the point? Because if they're taking withdrawals while you're trying to build something, like, you ain't even got enough to maintain. So at the end of the day, cool. It boils down to your environments. It's because your environment is going to infect, that's the people you around. They are affecting your decision making to get you to.
Show me your friends and I'll show you your future.
Yeah. So they're affecting where you're trying to get to.
Yeah.
So they're really holding you back, and you don't even realize it.
I mean, that's why you have to have boundaries. I feel like I do have boundaries. I feel like if a person take me to a point, they know when they can't no more.
3 strikes. Yo, check it out. It's 3 strikes.
Yeah.
I said this on the earlier podcast. It's 3 strikes to show me who you are. Fool me once. All right, cool. That's life. Fool me twice. People make mistakes. Everybody fuck up. The third time, oh, that seemed like a pattern, homie. Hold up. It's a pattern. It's a pattern. It's a pattern. So from after the third time, you're making a decision to accept that person for who they are, but you got to put them in a category that's not in your top 5. So one rule that I live by is don't put nobody in a position that'll wipe you out the game, that'll affect you, that'll damage you, like emotionally and financially. Now, here's the thing. On the flip side of that coin, you still got to make risky investments. Like if you run into a mentor who's offering you a great opportunity, you can't be scared to invest money that you might not even have. That's one thing that I've learned that is like, well, cool. Like maybe some things work out, maybe some things don't, maybe some people overpromise some things, right? But now I can literally say I've lost X amount of money because when I be watching these podcasts with these people that are really successful, the millionaires lose thousands of dollars. They just rarely talk about it. So, you know, that's what I'll be like, damn, oh, so he took a loss too. He invested in bad mentors too. Like this is one of the courses I just bought. I'm very upset about it. Wanted to do a chargeback, but I was just imagining the future where it's like if I'm gonna be asking people to invest for information, then like if I was on the flip side, like damn, if they did a chargeback, but what did they do? But like I'm never gonna overhype or overpromise or oversell something and not deliver as far as like information that's actually useful and having like actionable steps. Like some people, they will finesse you on that webinar, right? And exaggerate what the information is. But the point I'm trying to make is to make millions, you got to lose thousands. I remember this one post that I seen, buddy was in trucking and he's like, here's full transparency. I lost X amount of trucking. It was probably like 6 figures. I was like, word? I would have never guessed because I was still locked in from I haven't seen a trucking post from this guy in a minute. But it was always in the back of my mind, like, man, that guy got multiple businesses. He was in the trucking, and I remember he posted his trucks about a year ago. That guy lost a lot of money in trucks. So I was like, dang. Like
he
some.
owned them. Huh? Yeah, he owned
them.
Yeah,
he owned them, and maybe some drivers did some or whatever happened. But the moral of the story is, when I'm saying don't put nobody in a position and damage you emotionally and mentally, sometimes those are the same risks that you got to take to really get what you want, but you can still take calculated risk, right? You can still take calculated risk where it's like, all right, if you spend 10 grand, 50 grand on a mentor, even if you're using a credit card, you leverage, you spending money you don't really have, like maybe you do your due diligence before you make those type of investments, but still don't be scared to make those type of investments, but still have a plan. Still have a plan to like bounce back from it. You know what I mean? Some people be spending they last. Some people will buy and purchase information or spend money on a mentor. They spending their last money, But this is all relevant to me just talking about your top 5 and who's influencing you, right? So if those people aren't making deposits, they're making withdrawals, they gotta go. It don't matter if they're family, don't matter what category. Just put them in the category.
Financially, emotionally, deposits, all of that.
Deposits.
Not just
and it's got to be like a mutual exchange. What are you doing for that person? Besides like keeping them afloat if they're not going to help themselves. You can't help nobody that don't want to help themselves. I figured that out the hard way, right? You can't inspire nobody past the point of their self-motivation. Like, you can't. I realize I can't want my homies to be millionaires. I can't want my homies to fix their credit.
It's only a certain amount of time we can have the same conversations.
Exactly. So that's why I'm on some 3 strikes. Okay, cool. 3 strikes. I just dead it after that. Yeah. They show me a pattern. What's more to explore? It is what it is. So 3 strikes. We figure out a pattern, and either you cut them off cold turkey, or like you deal with them on your own time. You don't let them capture your time and attention and take away from you on your mission, you on your purpose. I'm talking tunnel vision. we all know we got that destination that we got to be. So man, at the end of the day, visualizing what you want, knowing your numbers, knowing exactly how much all that stuff costs, and just having a number in mind and then working backwards from that number. Because if you realize, okay, all the people that I'm dealing with, are they helping me get close to that number? Are they helping me increase my income? Yes, no. Why are they in your life? Just being more intentional at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And I would say, you gotta go soon? Huh? Okay. I'm gonna wrap it up in like 5 minutes. But I would say like, outside of tracking your numbers, tracking your score, everybody got to have a scoreboard at the end of the day. So the numbers part is not only about once you track, all right, you figured out how much everything costs that you actually want. And then in the next sheet, you're writing down how much you actually make. And then there's actually a gap between what you make now and what you want to be making, right? So then you take the time to brainstorm, to think, to rationalize the decisions that you're making on a daily basis with the people that you associate with, right? To try and close that gap. So you're like, all right, this month I need to make this much, right? Or I need to raise capital for this much to acquire these goals, whether they're material goals or just things that you want to accomplish or just you want to invest in, right? So you do that, you at least keep in score. You at least have a scoreboard because it goes back to.
And then once I review, we remove what's not.
Yeah, you just because then you're more focused. Then you're more intentional.
Yep. What you do is remove them
Make adjustments.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. You. That's just step number
makes
one.
Sense.
Baby steps.
That makes sense.
Baby steps. If like we stressed, why? Tomorrow ain't promised. So it's like, damn, you're gonna be stressed on the last day of your life. And here's the thing, like stress is actually a good indicator that you're alive, like you're in motion, you're trying to accomplish something.
Yeah.
Even the dope fiend is stressed. He trying to find his next high. So,
true.
but it's like when you're on the hamster wheel, you don't take a moment to assess the situation. And then somebody asks you a question like, well, what do you want? If what you want is so far back in the back of your mind, you have a way bigger issue. So we gotta, wake up. We gotta, the first hour of your day, that belongs to you.
Absolutely.
You got your morning routine. You stick to that morning routine. And you don't let nobody interrupt it because that's your time to really structure out your day, write out your to-do list. And that on that to-do list, maybe put some actual times. Yeah, unexpected things come up, but put some times next to some of those important items.
Sure.
And take it a step further, might as well write a dollar amount by some of those items on your to-do list. Say, if I cross this off, that means I'll net this much after the work is actually done and completed. That's a good idea. But even just something as simple as writing things down, that has helped me out tremendously. That really has, and it's really underrated. Not only I write things down, I type it up. So if you ain't got good handwriting, pull out the notes app on your phone, on your laptop. Boom, it's digital. You cannot keep everything in your head. I know that for a fact. Because it gets cloudy, it gets tangled up. Everything you're trying to accomplish. So there's some tips, some baby steps, how to get to point A, point B, your dream destination where you live in life on your own terms, every single day, making exactly what you want to make. I hope y'all enjoyed this podcast. For the most part, we here, we live, and we real people. We're all trying to get to that destination, right? So y'all know what to do. Links in the description, links in the bios. Delete King 850 on Instagram, deleteking.com. Book a call in the description. Join the Facebook group, Delete Kingdom, all of that stuff. You want to get, we're going to have a Patreon pretty soon, Discord chat, all of that good stuff. Just stay tuned. You know where to follow them.
Empress Bay 850.
CVO Films, everything.
I appreciate y'all if y'all made it to the end. Like and subscribe. Peace.